With Below Zero, we are exploring and finding Alterra locations that were being actively used until recently. This is different from the first game where everything was old and broken, but still has the same function to the gameplay and storyline. There are Alterra bases, which tend to have multiple scans and PDAs at each site, and are more story focused. Then there are Alterra tech sites, which are smaller locations that give you extra bits of information and unlocks. In this video, I'm going to show you how to find each of the Alterra base locations in the game. I am providing you with information about story locations, so obviously there are spoilers ahead. With that said, you can certainly go to any of the base sites in pretty much any order you want, but let's start with the ones you will see first when following the storyline. At the very start of the game, you are told to go out in search of Delta Station. This base is where the large radio antenna is located and is probably the easiest base to find since it is on a big mountain island with an antenna on the top. Now, where you start the game, as you're approaching the water, you will see these two icebergs. If you jump into the water and swim straight ahead through those and keep going straight, you will get close enough to the island that you will trigger a marker for Delta Station Dock. Now, another option is to find this Alterra tech site with the sparking electrical cable. If you stand in front of this piece of equipment like you were using it and then simply look past it, that is a straight shot to Delta Station Dock as well. From the dock, there are a lot of cave pathways to go through, but there are also a lot of light sticks placed along the path, so it's easy to follow these and find your way to the base at the top. Now, inside Delta Station, there is a satellite view map showing the other Alterra base locations, so be sure to pay attention to this. While there are other locations closer to the island, I like the notion of Outpost Zero being second due to how large it is shown to be on the map. After all, if you wanted to find answers, then the larger base would be a good starting point. This base is found close to where you enter the water for the first time at the beginning of the game. You just need to follow east along the glacial wall until you find this recessed area with the brinicles around it. Swim inside and up to the surface where you will find a light stick. From there, just simply follow the path and you will reach Outpost Zero. This is also a good second base to check out due to the unlocks available here, such as the large room and indoor grow bed. Now, while it can be argued that the Koppa mining site would be the next base to go to, it is not really necessary to the story or is even listed as a base on the wiki. However, it is still a large Alterra facility, it doesn't fit the idea of a tech site, and is on the base map in Delta Station, so I am choosing to include it with the bases. This location is right next to the Delta Station Island and is found just to the southwest. It is actually quite easy to find now with full release, as there is additional Alterra equipment along the side of the island towards the mining site. A trick I found here by accident is that the work lights used for this area act like they are reflective, so using your headlights on the C-Truck will make these much easier to see. The next proper base to find is Omega Lab, hidden away in the lily pads. Pretty much head due east of Delta Station Island and start looking for a big central pillar of terrain. You will know you've reached the right location, as this is also where you can dive down into the deep lily pads area, which is filled with the glowing flower spores. You can find Omega Lab through multiple cave entrances, but the easiest will be diving straight down from the top of this area. There is a crater-like opening at the top that looks right down on top of Omega Lab. Now, the next three sites are going to be involving land-based travel, so make sure you are ready to keep your body temperature up. Another site that has visible elements on the satellite map in Delta Station is the Phi Robotics Center. You will see the dock and bridge locations on the map to the west of Delta Station. First, you will want to head to find the dock. From here, you have two pathways that will lead to the Phi Robotics Center, but the better option, in my opinion, is to take the cave to the left. Just head through the cave, and as you exit, you will see straight ahead of you the landing pad, and up the hill from there is Phi Robotics Center. The next two sites are going to be adjacent to each other. Now, this trip is going to be a bit lengthier than the previous ones, but is pretty straightforward. Start by heading up the incline that circles around the basin here by Phi Robotics Center until you reach the top. To your right, you will see a ladder that you need to climb. Head straight ahead from the ladder while at the same time avoiding falling into any of these crevices. You should reach a pathway in the cliff walls that has a set of light sticks placed along it. Just keep following the light sticks until you reach a small pool of water. At this point, just dive in and follow along to the left the underwater path marked by large icicles until you reach the surface again. Now you will be in another cave lit up by green crystals. Head through the cave and out the only exit. As you exit the cave, just turn right and continue to follow the path. Once you reach the next basin with the big glowing trees, just keep heading straight and you will find a transmission tower. Follow the path up and to the left of this tower where once again, there are more light sticks marking the way. As you head into this cave, it can be easy to miss the first base, so keep looking to your right and you will find Parvan's bunker. You will know you're there because, well, it says Parvan on the door. Once you get everything you need from here, continue on up through the cave until you reach the Phi Excavation site. You'll know you're there because it's the end of the path and there is a gigantic Leviathan being excavated. Like, obviously. So there you have it, all the story-driven Alterra base locations. Now again, there are some smaller tech sites which are more about smaller bits of information and some unlocks. If you're interested in knowing about all of these, leave it in a comment below and I will do a future video for these. Now hopefully if you were stuck trying to find one of these locations and just need a little help, maybe this video helped you out, and if it did, hit that like button and of course hit subscribe to keep up with all my content.